Please be seated. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. After 56 years of anecdotal evidence, the study of history, and the consumption of the daily news, I have come to the conclusion that this statement is baloney. It isn't, it cannot be true, because words can cause hurt. Words can redefine peaceful people as invaders and colonizers. Words can fill a man with fear and hate. Words can incite violence. Words can kill. All of this came together last week when a self-proclaimed ethno-nationalist murdered 50 people at 2 mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand. From where did you receive, research, develop your beliefs? He asked himself in his manifesto, answering, the internet, of course. You will not find the truth anywhere else. It reminds me of that saying, you can't believe everything you read on the internet, said Abraham Lincoln. Well, of course, the internet and social media did not invent or refine evil. They just made it accessible on demand in all its banal and lurid manifestations, to borrow a line from a Washington Post editorial. Words can issue from the father of lies, and words can issue from the one true God, the author of truth. How can we discern which is the source? Well, the Bible can be more informative than the internet. This morning we heard part of the story of Abram, later renamed Abraham. As part of the covenant negotiations between him and God, he complained that he had no heir except a household servant. God told Abram that he would have an heir of his own issue, and then, in a beautiful word picture, took him outside and said, look toward heaven and count the stars, if you were able to count them. Then he said to him, so shall your descendants be. And also, in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed. Abram believed God, but after several years, considering his advanced age and that of his wife Sarai, Abram took Sarai's slave Hagar as a wife and created a son named Ishmael. The angel of the Lord also said to Hagar, I will so greatly multiply your offspring that they cannot be counted for a multitude. Muslims, and especially Arabs, look to Abraham as their father through Ishmael. When Abraham was 99 years old, God returned and fulfilled the covenant, renaming Abram to Abraham and promising that he would have a son with his own wife, who would be called Sarah. I have made you the ancestor of a multitude of nations. I will make you exceedingly fruitful, and I will make nations of you, and kings shall come from you. And God said of Sarah, I will bless her, and moreover I will give you a son by her. I will bless her, and she shall give rise to nations. Kings of peoples shall come from her. Their son was named Isaac. Jews looked to Abraham as their father through Isaac. A most interesting thing happened. Ishmael played with Isaac. That's how the two boys started out. Ishmael was older and Abraham's firstborn son, but not the heir, and Isaac was Abraham's secondborn son and heir. Ishmael played with Isaac. Sarah saw it and insisted that Abraham cast out Ishmael and Hagar. In fact, there's an Arabic word, Hagar, sounds a lot like Hagar, which means cast away or cast out. In the wilderness, the angel of the Lord said to Hagar, lift up the boy and hold him fast with your hand, for I will make a great nation of him. Jews and Muslims claim Abraham as their father through these half-brothers. Christians claim Abraham as our father through Christ, who was part of the covenant with Abraham, and into whom we are baptized. So all three religions proclaim our father Abraham. Looking at the murder of 50 of Abraham's children in the Christchurch mosques, or the murders of 11 in the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh about half a year ago, we must proclaim again and again our father Abraham. To proclaim our father Abraham, we remember God's promise that he would be the father of many nations, his children as numerous as the stars, and through him all nations would be blessed. To do so is to reconfirm that Muslims and Jews are our brothers and sisters through him. When we together proclaim our father Abraham, then all three of the great religions stand against murder and affirm the promises of blessing and greatness given by God to Abraham and his children. How might we realize the promises of blessing and greatness? I have two little examples. A few years ago, I looked up from my plate of Chinese food and saw the president of the city's synagogue sitting right across from me. On either side of him were Muslim men. We were in the Islamic Center of Springfield for dinner with the Interreligious Council, and they had catered Chinese food, non-pork. In the privacy of my mind, I said to myself, I love this country. Where freedom of religion is respected as a right to be enjoyed by all people, then Abraham's children can sit at table and eat together. Yesterday I attended a meeting of the Metro Deanery. Both of your clergy persons and 5 of your delegates and alternates were there, along with clergy and lay people from around the Kansas City area and north to Maryville. We had a brainstorming session about what we could accomplish working together. I mentioned Abraham's House, which is a project of Habitat for Humanity that brings together Jewish, Christian, and Muslim congregations to build a home for a needy family every year. A lot of energy was generated around this, and our friends at St. Mary Magdalene are already involved. We can be too. When Abraham's children are building Abraham's house, I hope some of those ethno-nationalists drive by and see the brothers and sisters working together. Perhaps God's blessing will be given to them also. They certainly need